Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Since I was asked, I suppose I shall do this. Treyarch Zombies Maps tier list as of, what is it? August of 2021. So we have everything from the beginning of Treyarch Zombies all the way to currently Mauer Toten and Outbreak. So, oh boy, this might be a daunting task, but let's see what we can do. Keep in mind this is, my opinion, personally, what I think about these maps. So let's hop right into it. And I'm going to think of how they hold up to this day as well. So, starting off with Noct, classic map, first one ever made, of course. And because of that, I'm going to say I don't think it's bad at all. I don't think it's that bad, and I don't think it's the best thing in the world. So, the middle, it kind of works out right here. So that's where we're going to put Noct. Okay, getting into Verrucht here. I like Verrucht a lot. It's very spooky, very atmospheric. I might put it above Noct. I don't know. Should I put it up here? Down here? I'm going to put it right here in B. I think it's not... It's a little bit above average, right? A little bit above average. Pretty good. Alright, next up for Shinonuma. I'm going to put Shinonuma in B tier. I don't like it as much as Verrucht, I gotta be honest. Wait, how about we do that, right? So... not only will we be going vertical in our ranking, but I'll put the maps I like more to the left. So Verrucht I like more than Shino, but it's still in the same tier. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, getting into Der Riese now. What do I think of Der Riese? Der Riese introduced a lot. I think it's got to go up here, right? It's awesome to see Der Riese. I think Der Riese was just absolutely phenomenal for its time. All right, next up, Kino. Kino, I know some people who would put it up here, I gotta be honest, but I am gonna put it down here. And I am going to... should it be before or after Der Riese? That's the real question. I am gonna say... I'm gonna put it ahead of Der Riese. Simply because, I really like Der Riese, but Kino, I've spent a lot more time playing Kino. I feel like I can replay Kino a lot more. There's more training space. Der Riese is really just kind of about camping, really. Unless you're setting up, but it's still fun and great nonetheless. Next up we have 5. 5 was a really cool map. I'd put it probably about here. I think it's pretty good, but I'd rather play these other maps, to be honest, even though I do like 5 a lot. Next up we have Ascension. I'm going to put Ascension ahead of 5, but also in the A tier for pretty good, really good. Alright, next up we have Call of the Dead. Now, I am going to move Call of the Dead to A tier, but I think it is the best of these maps so far. Personally, I really like Call of the Dead. I like the atmosphere. It has a nice Easter egg. It's got George Romero. It's got celebrity cast. It's got Not Ready to Die by Avenged Sevenfold. I think it's better than these maps, personally. You guys can criticize me if you like. Alright, next up we have Shangri-La, and I'm going to put it on B tier, and I'm going to put it ahead of Shinonuma, but behind Verrucht, because I think Shangri-La is not that bad. I do like it because it's challenging, however, it's not the greatest thing in the world. Honestly, I would put it down here with C, but I think it's probably a little better than Noct, Next up we have Moon, and for Moon, let me think about Moon. I think... Moon is going to go right behind Call of the Dead. Now, I do that because I really like Moon. It's very unique, very interesting, especially with, the spawn room. The No Man's Land area was really unique. The full Easter egg, and the reward was permaperks. Like, you can't beat that. That's the best reward we've had for doing an Easter egg, so it's got to go there. Honestly, I might put it above Call of the Dead, but it's a tough two between those ones. What would go first there? We haven't had anything make it all the way up here and nothing down here yet, so let's see what's next. We have Transit. Okay, I know some of you would probably throw Transit down here. You guys don't like Transit, but I am a fan of Transit, guys. And what do I think about Transit? I think it would be one of the best maps, honestly, if it didn't have denizens and fog and lava, but it does. So I think we're going to put it right ahead of these ones here, but not above these ones. So I think that's fair to say. It's pretty good, but not that good, Next up we have Nuketown Zombies, and this is a tough one because it's not a crazy map with an Easter egg or anything, but it's a nice challenging kind of challenge map, right? So I would honestly put Nuketown Zombies up here to the right of these ones. And that's just because it's small, it's unique, it's replayable, but not the best thing in the world. Alright, next up is Die Rise. Oh boy. Die Rise. I do like Die Rise, don't get me wrong. But it's obviously not the best thing in the world, so I am going to put it right behind Verrucht. That's where I would put Die Rise here on kind of, a little bit better than just meh. Next up, Mob of the Dead. If you guys have been around my channel, you already know Mob of the Dead is my favorite map in all of Call of Duty Zombies. It's just so awesome. The prison, all the little side Easter eggs, side quests, and it still holds up to this day, honestly. If the original Mob of the Dead was remastered, not Blood of the Dead, then it would be awesome to this day. Alright, next up we have Buried. What do I think of Buried? Boop. Just kidding. I don't think I'd put it in A tier. I think I would put it... let me think. Buried. I'm gonna put it right here, ahead of Call of the Dead. Okay? You see that? Buried ahead of Call of the Dead, but not quite Mob of the Dead tier. Now that's my personal opinion. I think Buried is a great map, don't get me wrong. But I don't want to squeeze too many things in the top, maybe like 5 things top, so we'll wait and see how that goes. Next up, Origins. I'm going to put Origins right here. It's perfect right there. I don't have to say much about Origins, everybody loves Origins, but I don't think it's better than Mob of the Dead, personally. But they're still, same caliber up here. Next up, we have Shadows of Evil. A lot of people like Shadows of Evil, but I don't like Shadows of Evil, so I'm putting it right there. It's a pretty good map. But I'd rather play these other maps first, to be honest. Alright, next up is Der Eisendrache. It's going way up here to the top tier, because that's where it belongs, obviously. I don't like it better than Origins or Mob of the Dead. However, there is more stuff to do on Der Eisendrache, so to each their own, though. Alright, next up we have Zetsubo no Shima, and I'm going to scoot that one right here, in between Die Rise and Shangri-La. It has lots of cool stuff going for it on Zetsubo, but... yeah, maybe I move it to the left of Die Rise, because it's got some cool stuff, but I'd rather play Verrucht or Transit, to be honest, than Zetsubo. Okay, next up we have Gorod Krovi. This is a very tough decision for me. I really like Gorod, but I really love these maps too, so I'm just going to put it to the right of Der Eisendrache. I think it deserves its spot right there. Alright, next up is Revelations. Now, for this one, I am going to move it just above Shadows of Evil, because I like Revelations, there's a lot to it, it's just not the most replayable, not the most fun for me personally. 9. Getting into the Black Ops 4 maps. A lot of people love 9. Personally, I think 9 is very boring. I don't like 9. I'm going to put it right there. I think that's where it belongs. I'd rather play Shinonuma than 9. I gotta be honest with you guys. Okay. Next up, we're going to go with Classified. No, let's go with Blood of the Dead. That's fair. Blood of the Dead. It's like Mob of the Dead, but not Mob of the Dead at all. So I am going to put Blood of the Dead ahead of Transit. I think that's where it belongs. It's not the greatest thing in the world. It could be better, but it's kind of meh, right? It's kind of just alright, I guess. Next up we have Classified. Where do I put Classified? I put it right above 5. I think Classified is a little better than 5. It's just expanded upon. And there's more to do, so that's where I put Classified. I think it was truly a better version of 5. Next up is Voyage of Despair. A very beautiful map, very well put together. However, terrible zombies map, I can't lie. So where am I going to put Voyage of Despair? Ahead of 9. Now, why do I do that? I like challenging maps, and Voyage was a challenging map. There was lots of very challenging aspects about it. However, it made for some terrible gameplay playing with randoms, and everyone was bad at the map. But that's where I feel personally. Next up, Dead of the Night. I think Dead of the Night might be one of my favorite maps from Black Ops 4, personally. Actually, Classified's up there. I'm going to put it ahead of Classified. Did I do that right? Nope, not ahead of Ascension. Ahead of Classified. And ahead of the other ones. I think that's where Dead of the Night goes. I like it. I love the atmosphere. I love the Wonder Weapon. It's awesome. It was just a really cool map, in my personal opinion. Next up is Ancient Evil. A lot of people like this map. It has cool Wonder Weapons. I don't think it's the greatest thing in the world. I'd rather play Die Rise. It probably sounds so terrible to some people, but I'd rather play Die Rise than Ancient Evil. I gotta be honest with you guys. Next up, Alpha Omega, a remake of Nuketown Zombies. And might I add, a terrible remake because Nuketown was actually really good, where this remake, Alpha Omega, was not so good, personally. Not as good as Nuketown, at least. So I'm going to put this one ahead of Voyage in 9. I think that's where Alpha Omega goes. It's just really cramped, and there's not too much to do besides the main Easter egg, and of course there is that AI, Rushmore, that you can interact with, but besides that, I don't think there's too much to it. Overall, a lot of the Black Ops 4 maps are well made, but not very replayable. That's my opinion on the Black Ops 4 maps. As we finish off with Tag der Toten here, I did not like this map very much at all, because I love Call of the Dead, and this remake of it just did not do it justice at all. I'm going to put Tog right here below Noct. I'd rather play Noct than Tag der Toten. You got that right. Okay, getting into Black Ops Cold War, where we are currently. Die Maschine. A lot of people like Die Maschine. Where would I put Die Maschine? I think I like it more than 9. I like it more than Voyage. I like it more than Alpha Omega. Do I like it more than Die Rise, though? Nope, I don't like it more than Die Rise. That's where I'm putting it. Alright, so that's where Die Maschine is. Goes in the kind of alright map kind of tier. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's pretty alright, I'd say. Alright, we have 3 more maps left, guys. So let's go to Firebase next. Firebase Z. I'm going to put Firebase Z right above Die Maschine because I think Firebase Z is awesome. However, it's not very replayable to me. I'd rather go play Die Rise. I gotta be honest, Die Rise is a lot more fun, a lot more challenging. There's a lot more stuff to do in Firebase, but it's just not as replayable to me than as Die Rise. Okay, the last 2 things here. We have Mauer and Outbreak. I'm gonna take Outbreak. Outbreak, man, it's hard to toss Outbreak into this list because Outbreak is just a unique experience that you can't really compare to the Zombies maps. And I'm not too big on Outbreak. I do appreciate it, but I don't think it's the greatest thing in the world. It could use some work, so I'm going to put it back here. It's better than Noct, it's better than Tag der Toten, but actually, hold on. Wait a minute. I think I will put it right there. I think that's where it belongs. Personally, that's where I'd put Outbreak. Okay, last map, Mauer der Toten, the newest map in Cold War Zombies. I like it a lot, you guys know this. I think it's a pretty awesome map. I've been constantly doing the Easter egg with you guys, and I think this is an A tier map. Now, where would I put this in A tier? I would probably put it right... Oh man, this is tough. I am going to put it above Kino, and put it above Behind Moon. I think maybe that's it. I'm not even sure of myself personally, but that's where I would put all the maps. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, why are there no maps in the like bad or epic fail of a map? Well, I don't think Treyarch has ever made an epic fail of a map ever. I think all the Treyarch maps are at the very least just kind of meh, you know? And it just gets better from there. Personally, that's how I feel about Treyarch Zombies. If you guys want to see where I'd rank the other Zombies maps from, say, COD World War II or Infinite Warfare Zombies, be sure to drop a like, and maybe I'll do a follow-up video on those other games and their maps. However, this is my tier list, personally, where I would put all of the maps. There is probably some things I would change, maybe move some stuff around in the same category, maybe move some stuff up 1 or down 1, but besides that, it's relatively okay with how I'd put things. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this tier list. I will be linking the tier list down below if you guys want to make your own and show me in the Discord, and we could check out and compare how we would rank all of our lists. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.